Welcome back. Parliament started on a rocky note. There was a big face-off over Congress MP E Ahmed's death and the arrest of TMC's campaign-tainted MP Sudeep Bandyopadhyay. What we're hearing right now is that the Union Minister of State for Shipping, P. Radhakrishnan, is speaking. Let's listen.
Under the Merchant Shipping Act to ascertain the cause and contributory factors that led to the accident. Government is taking all the measures to manage the situation. I will also be visiting the affected area again to take stock of the situation.
Thank you. Item number 12, Srimati Smriti Irani.
Madam Speaker, with your permission, I rise to move the following motion, that in pursuance of Clause B of subsection 4 and subsection 5 of the Section 3 of the National Jute Board Act 2008, the members of this House do proceed to elect in such manner as the Speaker may direct 2 members from amongst themselves to serve as members of the National Jute Board, subject
shoreline to contain the oil spread. More than 1,000 people were deployed here with portable pollution cleaning equipment for shoreline cleaning. The required logistics and equipment support has been provided by the Chennai and Kamraj ports. Sufficient gumboots, gloves, buckets, mugs, liquid hand wash and drums have been provided to facilitate manual cleaning. In addition, 3 super suckers and submersible pumps have been deployed to remove the oil spill. Coast Guard has also sprayed oil spill dispersants for removal of oil slick. The total quantity of sludge which has been removed till today is 65 tons. In addition, super suckers have removed 54 tons which contains 70% water. More than 80% of the work has been completed and most of the residual work is expected to be completed within 2 or 3 days. The Indian Oil Corporation has provided special bioremediant material for treatment of the collected oil sludge for its safe disposal. The Coast Guard ship and helicopters are carrying out regular sorties for continuous monitoring of oil leak. If oil spillage is accumulating is stopped anywhere, manpower and material under the overall supervision of Coast Guard will be deployed. Director General of Shipping has instituted an inquiry under the Merchant Shipping Act to ascertain the cause and contributory factors that led to the accident. Government is taking all the measures to manage the situation. I will also be visiting the affected area again to take stock of the situation.
Thank you. Item number 12, Srimati Smriti.
Okay, so those were the words coming in from the Union Minister of State for Transport and Shipping, Mr. P. Radhakrishnan, who has said that he will be once again visiting the affected areas and will review the damage as well. Now, what he did say, just a gist of what he said that enough portable pollution cleaning equipment has been provided. Gumboots has been provided as well. As you can see, the people there completely covered in sludge. They've been working tirelessly in that massive cleanup operations. He also said that more than 80% of the work has already been completed. It will take another 2 to 3 days for it to be cleaned completely. So far from the minister, 65 tons of sludge has already been cleansed. I'm going to go to my colleague Akshata Nandgopal, who's joining us from Ennore Beach. Akshata, how's it going there? We just heard the Union Minister of State for Shipping, Mr. P. Radhakrishnan, saying that more than 80% of the work has been completed. He was, putting up a very good picture, saying that enough has been done, all necessary equipment has been provided, gumboots, gloves, etc., and saying that all's well so far. Can you just give us, a ground check on the situation?
Avantika, instead of explaining it to you, I'm just going to show you exactly what the situation is. Mr. Radhakrishnan may say that 80% has been removed, but from what I can see and from what you can see and what our viewers really can see, there's no difference from what we saw yesterday. In fact, I was speaking to the Coast Guard. They did say that there are a few complications because of the high tides. So they're facing a bit of an issue. But I must say, Avantika, I've been here since yesterday morning, and when I came back this morning, I was pretty disappointed because we saw that massive cleanup operation taking place yesterday. Hundreds of buckets of this muck that was, scooped out, but it's made absolutely no difference because you still see so much of sludge there, and God alone knows how much time this is going to take. But I spoke to the Coast Guard officials here, in fact to the person who is heading the operations here at Ennore. He did say that they are trying to ensure that particular breach is what you see, this barricade. They're trying to push it further to ensure that the muck doesn't escape out and then spread once again into oil slicks in the ocean. So that's another challenge that they're facing with the high tide at this point, Avantika. This is hampering operations to a large extent. As far as when this will end, as far as when they will actually end up finishing this cleanup operation, the Coast Guard is remaining rather tight-lipped. They're saying that they're hoping by this evening they'll be able to finish, but if Mother Nature doesn't cooperate, that looks rather unlikely. As far as what Mr. Radhakrishnan said about the gumboots as well as the gloves, that part is definitely true. Right opposite here, and you can see as well the people standing here, all of them have gumboots, they all have gloves. Some of them have helmets as well. They're also providing face masks because there is that stench of oil. There is also a stench of death of sorts, Avantika, because there are a lot of fish. There's a lot of dead sea turtles in this particular area. So it's a very overpowering smell here, which is why they're also providing face masks for all these people. So all of that, yes, is being provided. And we must say it's an exemplary job that's being done by the Coast Guard as well as the volunteers here. But there is still a lot more that needs to be done. There's a lot of muck that's being washed ashore here. The oil on these rocks as well is spreading. It's very slippery here, so that also is difficult. And once the sun comes down, it's absolutely impossible for them to continue operations here simply because of these very handicaps. The fact that it's so slippery here, it's not exactly safe for people to come out when the sun is down. So there's a limited time for them to really get this cleanup operation done.
Oh, absolutely, Akshata. And we can see, from the visuals, the volunteers braving the odds in such a tough situation, trying to clean up the shore, accumulating all that sludge in their orange overalls, in their gumboots, in those baskets, in those, drums and those buckets. So really a strenuous and a very arduous job there for thousands and thousands of volunteers and the Coast Guard. Akshata, I'm going to take a very short break right here on the broadcast, but I will come back to you. I will continue to get lots more news and updates on the kind of cleanup operations that has been going on now for a week.